Welcome to Live with Cody and Satori, the paranormal couple. The show will be starting shortly. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Now please welcome the paranormal couple, Cody and Satori.
Hey!
I can't be all like super energetic right now because I have been running around since literally like 5 minutes before the show. I have been doing things. Yeah. So hello everybody. So today has been very busy. I just had a jewelry drop, like literally at 7 o'clock. I dropped jewelry on Handmade by Hawes. So, oh my gosh, you do that, and it like scares me because I forget that you can even do something like that. So we did a jewelry drop. And we were like, we're going to try it on Thursday and see like if that helps with, more people like seeing the website. And it's proven that more people are seeing it. So that's awesome. So I'm glad that worked out. But we have a bunch of new products we just put up. It's been so chaotic because I was like making sure that everything was perfect and the descriptions were good. And I've been running around like crazy. I'm even wearing some of the jewelry that's up right now. I'm wearing the Labradorite Moon Goddess. So if you see, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's the spiral goddess. So I love her. Cody's wearing a hematite, a ginormous hematite. So I think my favorite part about the jewelry is actually just getting to wear the jewelry. So I feel pretty. So we've been running around with that. Thankfully, I'm not in this business alone, and my mom is like the mastermind behind the wire wrapping and the business and stuff. So it's been, she's been there to help me. So I'm not going absolutely crazy, but it's been busy. Hello. Tell us where you're watching from for those that are just coming in. I was rambling to give time for everybody to come in. But so we were doing the jewelry drop. I was gathering everything. We have something different for you guys tonight. Instead of reading out of a case file, we're going to open up and show you guys an item that we have not shown yet except for at the Rolling Hills event. So if you were at the Rolling Hills event in New York, you were the first people to see this item. And then on the Patreon bonus show, we're actually going to try doing like a mini investigation in here with the item. So we're super excited for that.
And this is our final show on this streaming service.
Oh my gosh, you go into that.
So next show that you see us do, we will be switched over to a different streaming software that has some more capabilities than the one that we're currently using, and it doesn't have as many bugs. There's been like some crashes that have happened with this streaming service, and
that weren't our fault.
It's deleted a couple of our videos. It's some chat issues have been happening to some of the other shows that use this as well. So we're not going anywhere. You'll still see us every other Thursday, but it'll be a different format and a different streaming service. So I'm excited about that. So that's going to be fun.
I see a lot of familiar names. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually amazed with how fast some of you guys are. Like, some of you must set timers because as soon as it goes up, a lot of the items are, people are going for. And it's amazing because it makes not only me more confident in the business, but my mom more confident in her work because she works so hard on the jewelry. So when she sees that a lot of them are selling, and she's actually watching right now, she's in chat. I saw one of her comments. I usually tell her every time, I'm like, told you so. You're so good at what you do. And you guys are really amazing. So thank you so much. I can't believe how fast you guys are. It's blowing my mind, literally blowing my mind. I'm wearing that spiral goddess right now.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, beauty, a beaut. So, it's been busy. It's been very busy.
It's been fun. So, coming up this month, we actually have the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash, which is quickly approaching. We have one more show the Thursday before the bash, and then it's happening. So we're excited about that. That's always a fun time. They're actually having a masquerade VIP like ball party thing that's happening Friday night. So we have to get some masquerade masks or something
I don't know
for
what
that.
I'm gonna do for it,
and
to be honest.
Then we have the regular event on the weekend, and it's a fun time. Yeah, it's like a party in Gettysburg with all your paranormal friends. So we look forward to that. So that's coming up 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. It's going to happen quick. And then tonight we went out to eat for my birthday's tomorrow. I'm turning 20.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You act like you're like 10, but you're definitely you're getting up there. But so we went, and Cody got to have his seafood, and I hate seafood, so I had chicken, and Cody got to have his seafood, so he had a good night.
It was fun.
And ice cream.
It was fun.
So definitely awesome. And then we get to go and investigate this weekend, so that's also like a double birthday present for Cody.
Yeah.
So I was excited about that.
Yeah, we're going on a little investigation trip.
Yep. So tomorrow's the big day for Cody's birthday.
Yeah.
Good job. I can't believe you survived this long, to be honest. With the way you are, sometimes you're like, hey, let's just try this. I feel like there were many times where I'm like, he's not going to make it. So, thank you guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody that's joining us.
No,
not 40 yet. Got a ways to go.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
Also, for the card portion of tonight, I'm gonna try some different cards tonight.
Oh, good.
That
right.
If Barbara's watching, she knows which cards.
That'll be fun.
So, yeah.
Speaking of Barbara and other people, I saw Brendan in there and a bunch of other people that are museum members. So if you haven't been here before, what we do is we go live from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then starting at 9:15, we do what's called our Patreon bonus show. That's only for our museum members through Patreon. The link is scrolling across the screen right there. You can join for as little as $3 a month. You can join for 1 month and watch all the content on there and then delete it afterwards if you want. It doesn't matter to us. But we have a good time on there. Tonight we're doing an object investigation. Satori kind of hinted on what we're going to be doing, which we'll talk about more when we get to the object section of the show, which is coming up in a second. But we have a great time on there, and depending on what tier you join on Patreon, we'll send you something in the mail, a postcard, a case file. Satori has her subscription box, all different things.
Cody's birthday is when Superman comes out. Coincidence?
I saw that. And that's no coincidence.
Cody's actually Clark Kent.
It was done on purpose. That's why I got
the
glasses.
Look at the glasses.
So you ready? Watch.
Oh my God.
Superman.
Oh my God. See? It's like it was made for him. It was made for him. Pretty sure he is the real Superman.
But huge shout out to the Patreon members. We have a few pages of them. I always like to show their names. Thank you. Thank you
guys. We're so close to getting the museum open.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I know there's a few more that aren't on this list.
That just joined. So we have to add them.
Joined. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. You ready to jump into the regular show portion and talk about a haunted object?
Am I?
I don't know. If you're not, I'm going to play the intro.
Oh. Okay, I think I'm ready now.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to show you something that we kind of do on our bonus show, but we want to show you guys this item and then show you it because on the bonus show tonight, we're going to be doing a little investigation with this item. So we get packages from all over the world. We have, whether we actually know about it before it shows up or it just shows up randomly, it varies. We've gotten items from other countries, from all sorts of things. It's kind of amazing what shows up at our door. So we have a package here, okay? And I'm not going to give any of the personal information about where this package came from, but there is a letter. So I will open this item. I will read the letter, leaving out some of the personal information in it, and tell you guys the story. Now, I always tell people this. The items that come into our museum, these stories come directly, and these claims come directly from the people that donate the item. Can we absolutely confirm that this item is from that or has activity? No, we can't. We're just telling you exactly what was told to us because we feel like the stories are incredibly important, and sharing these claims are incredibly important. This story is pretty emotional, so just a warning on that. So feel free to come and go if you need to, but here is the package. Okay. I see a question from my mom.
No, let's put it on. Aaron, you grab that question from Chris.
Let's see. I'm going to open it once the question. It's right there.
I got it. Here it is.
Who just posted they bought the citrine ring? So that was Carrie, actually. So thank you, Carrie.
Oh, cool.
Thank you so much. So my mom made that one last second because she just felt like she needed to. So I'm glad it found a home. So here's the package. Okay. All right.
Anyone buy this yet?
I don't think so.
Good, because I don't want to take it off right now.
Cody likes that one. So here's the item, okay? And it seems pretty simple. It's a flashlight.
Carrie.
Okay. It's kind of beat up. It has scratches.
Flashlight.
So beat up flashlight. Okay. So do you want to hold the flashlight while I read the letter?
Yeah.
All right, guys. You ready for the letter? All right. So we did talk to
Wait a minute. Does anybody get any vibes off of this?
Oh, yeah. Do you guys I feel like we haven't done the show in forever.
Do you get any vibes? It's just a flashlight. I know a couple of you have seen this in person.
Say the first word that comes to your head.
So don't give it away. Is there a word that pops into your head or
do you get any feelings? I'm waiting for the comments to come in. Humming for some odd reason.
Oh, interesting. All right, I'll watch this. So if you guys get anything, just leave it in the comments, and we'll check it out.
Tomorrow is Cody's birthday, so everybody's saying happy birthday. Chest tightening. Interesting.
Oh,
okay, interesting.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Talk to this person briefly before the item came in. We did ask for them to type out a letter so we could include it within the museum, because the people that donate the items always share the claims and the story 10 times better than we can. And
the reason why we have some of the objects, we have them write letters, is because this object, as you'll soon find out, doesn't fit a case file. And like it doesn't fit our normal case file questions that you're used to when we read. This is different. So, and you'll find out why in a second.
All right. To Cody and Satori, here's the typed letter story you asked about. I appreciate the both of you willing to take care of this for me. Please send me back an email when this arrives so I know it got there safe. Thank you. So I have the letter here, okay? What I'm about to share with you is something that's been with me every day since the summer of 1986. Now, I'm not going to give this person's name.
That's a good one.
Interesting.
Looking for something.
I can't give this person's name. I will give the name of the person that's involved in the claims, okay? When I was wild in my early 20s, and I'm finally ready to let it go. My best friend, Andy, and me rode our motorcycles every chance we could. We were inseparable and totally irresponsible. Haha. Every weekend we rode. Most of the time, we never knew where we were going. We would just ride. Well, one night we were headed home from a meetup a few hours away. It was way too late to be riding that fast, especially on back roads we had never been on before. I was in front and Andy was trailing behind. Well, we quickly came into a sharp curve too hot, and I didn't have a chance. My bike flew off the road, and I went down the embankment hard into a ditch. When I came to, I was at the bottom of the hill, crushed under my bike. So, warning, guys, it's very emotional. My leg was broken in more places than I could care to count, and my ribs had poked holes in my lungs. I couldn't yell, could barely breathe. I honestly thought this was it, and I was going to pass away down there. But then I saw a light. It was Andy. He came running through the woods with a flashlight and dropped to his knees beside me and told me to hang on. His adrenaline was through the roof. He told me I needed to stay awake and that he was going to find help. Then he gave me the flashlight and said to hold it up towards the trees so someone passing by could see it. He said, "I love you," and ran back up to find someone. I pointed that dang flashlight up towards the tree and waved it around the best I could, like my life depended on it. At some point, a cop driving by saw the flashlight and stopped to help. The rest was a blur. I passed out in the ambulance and don't remember anything until the next day in the hospital. The first thing I did was ask my family where Andy was. That's when the reality broke. He never made it. He hit the same curve I did and crashed full speed into a tree. He passed away instantly, they say. The cop actually saw this crash site first, which is why he stopped in the first place. Then he noticed my light. Every bone in his body was broken. They told me there was no way it was him down there with me, that I must have imagined it or that I was in shock, but I know what I saw and I know what I felt. Andy gave me that flashlight and told me to stay awake and to hold on. There is no other way I would have gotten this flashlight. Think about it. How would his flashlight that was in his bike end up in my hand when I myself can't move? I'm sure it was Andy's spirit helping me before going to heaven. A few weeks later, they returned my belongings to me, and there it was, the flashlight, and it was still working. I kept it all this time because I felt like it was proof that Andy didn't leave me alone that night, that he came to help me after he passed to make sure I lived, and now I'm giving it to you guys. I know you guys will take care of it and tell the story. So that's
interesting story. I start a couple things here. So chest tightening and a lump in my throat. He said his lungs were punctured. Light and looking for something interesting. And then nervousness a couple times here.
Interesting.
Which absolutely fits what's going on. So so you can see how this might not be considered a haunted object. It involves a crisis apparition, very similar to our rosary bead story. If you've been around to hear that, we've told that at a bunch of events. We've brought the rosary beads with us a bunch of times, and very similar, where someone appears to you looking as solid as they're still alive, and they have some sort of interaction with you, and then you soon find out that they've passed away before that interaction. And then once you get hit with that shock, you start replaying the memory that happened, and you notice little things that are off. Like, wait a minute, there was no shoes. I couldn't see his feet. Or, I remember I never noticed, he was wearing, socks or something like that. So little things that are off, that are unusual, that you normally wouldn't pay attention to in the moment. You know what I mean? Because your brain's not looking for stuff that's wrong with it until you find out that that person passed away already. And now your brain's like, what the heck is going on? You know what I mean? So that's what's up with that. What?
I have to break some bad news to you.
What? Someone bought this?
Angela bought it.
Angela, is she in here?
I'm so sorry.
Is Angela here?
Yeah, she's right there.
Yeah.
Just got your necklace, Cody.
I'm going to block you off this thing.
No, don't. I love Angela. Don't do that. I love Angela. Thank you, Angela.
All right. Can I just wear it for the rest of the show? Will you let me do that? Hopefully. And then I'll take it off and pack it up in real nice. I'll make sure they pack it up.
That's amazing that so many of you, that's why I like showing the items. And I'm glad Cody remembered to do it, because it's been a little bit since we've done the live. So I kind of forget between shows. But I love just putting up the image or showing you an item and then telling you all to just say the first thing you feel or the first thing you think, because it's so strange how many of you are picking up on the same things or things connected to what we're about to tell you, or it's like you guys are telling the story without even realizing it by all giving these words. It's so interesting. Yeah. So that story is incredibly emotional to me. I have heard other cases where people have claimed like they got in a car accident and they claim they saw someone appear and tell them to stay awake before the ambulance shows up, and then there was nobody there, or people supposedly leading them to where they passed away and helping them find the missing person or vehicle or something like that. There's been so many cases like that, and every time I hear one, it gives me the chills. If I had to choose an item in the museum or any items that really do give me the chills, those stories are the ones that affect me, I think, some of the most.
Yeah, crisis apparition stories always have given me the chills. Like, I still get the chills talking about the rosary bead story. I mean, that one's crazy as well. And I don't know, it just kind of I don't know. It doesn't freak me out. It just it adds a different dimension to what's going on.
It gives me questions because I'm sitting here going, does the person themselves know they've passed on, or do they not know? And there are some cases where I'm wondering if they don't even know they've passed on yet, and they're trying to help as if they're still alive. And that's one thing I struggle with. But then there are other cases like the rosary beads where part of me does feel like that mother knew that she was passed on, and she just wanted to spend more time with her kids before she left.
Yeah.
To pass on.
Yeah.
So it's making me wonder, do they know and they just don't pay attention to it yet? And they're just still going about what they would do if they were alive before they can come to terms with themselves passing on?
I think it's purposely done in most cases.
You think they know in most cases?
Yes, because they want to have like one more memory. They're not ready to go yet. Like they want to make one more memory before, and it's their way of saying goodbye without saying goodbye.
I agree with that. I think there might be some cases where they don't fully know they're passed on yet, or they haven't had the time to really come to terms with that they're passed on yet.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the cases they know.
Ken's story on how he kind of all got into the paranormal side of this was a crisis apparition.
It was
uncle driving by in the car.
It was,
and Erin said that she's had 3 crisis apparition experiences with specific messages. So that makes me think that it's definitely something that's done on purpose, with intelligence behind it. I saw Paravisions pop up. I got your text, and I'm going to answer you after the bonus show tonight.
I saw a question that starred right up there, right there. Tracy asked, Satori, will you be making many more of these 7 chakra moons? I wanted one so bad it's gone already. We do have a sterling silver 7 chakra moon that's up right now. That's around the same price. If you're looking for one specifically with like that sheen obsidian bead, we can probably make that happen if you send me an email or a message. My mom and I can definitely look into that.
If you go to the website, and I think people have special requests, you go to the website. Yeah,
just go to the necklace tab.
Over here, you can go to contact here, and then just send an email right here. All right, what do you want me to look up here?
No, that was what I wanted you to do. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
All right, so yeah, that's all you have to do. All right, let me take that down. So interesting. So what we're going to be doing after this regular show is we're going to take that object. Now, is that object haunted? We're not really sure. It just has this amazing story that goes along with it, right?
But we're also in a room with some other items that could be potentially haunted as well.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is put it way on the other side of the room like we usually do on these bonus shows, and put some equipment on it. We also, huge shout out, I don't know, is Boo Cruiser still in the house? Hold on, I have to show this.
Oh, you're going to show our new piece of equipment?
So this was just sent to us by Lorelei and Jeff. Jeff wired this thing up, and Lorelei, I'm assuming Lorelei is the one who decorated the box. I don't think Jeff was printing out stuff.
Box.
But it came out great, and they're selling these. And
they are, and they work so good.
They're spirit boxes. So if anyone doesn't know, they're spirit boxes where you can control the speed. Let me fire it up.
What's cool though is you can do it in different ways, and you can modify, like you can add more echo if you want echo. You can make sure that it's within like certain station, like certain vicinities to the radio towers and things like that.
Yeah, you can
scan better.
All sorts of things. You can plug your own phone or app into this thing.
Yeah, you
can
do
all sorts of things. I just want to show you that the lights light up right there. See that? When you turn it on, the lights come on. See that? Isn't that cool? Oh, I was going to say something there, but I shut it down. So huge shout out to those guys.
Yeah, we're gonna use it on the bonus show tonight, and we're gonna use it in a bunch of videos coming up. So
yep, there they are.
Stay tuned for
that.
Thank
you so much.
Yeah,
we've already gotten some cool stuff. I was playing around with it today. I was plugging our spirit box, our shack hack into it, and all different things. So
we're gonna use it tonight, and we also have another item that the Boo Cruisers made. So it's a doll, and we'll show you how it works in the bonus show.
Yeah, so that's all coming up after this regular show. Again,
but check them out for cool equipment. They're making some really cool equipment. I saw they're making Raggedy Ann equipment dolls like right EMF, now.
things.
Which is so cool. So check out Boo Cruisers.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, thank you. See, Mom? You are. Hi.
You
welcome
never watched.
in.
Well, welcome.
We're so sorry for what you're going to experience. But we're crazy, so
it's going to get even crazier in a second.
All
because
right.
we're going to move on to our next segment.
I talk a lot.
No, you don't. You're fine. And this is a fun one. We
Okay.
have fun on this one. If anyone wants to jump in on this, and let me make sure. Are they going to be at? Wait a minute.
The other chakra necklace just sold. I'm sorry.
We're not going to be at the Connecticut one because we are going to
the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash the week after.
And we're away this weekend, unfortunately. We were going to try stopping in. We're not obviously guests at Connecticut, but we have a bunch of friends. John Zaffis is going to be at that one.
Yep.
So you can go
we're
check
going to bring
out John
items and mystery boxes and all sorts of fun things. So you get to see haunted objects and hang out with us at Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Not
at Connecticut.
But John's going to be in Connecticut too.
Oh, he's going to be at the Connecticut one too?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gettysburg Battlefield Bash is where we're going to be. It's awesome. It's such a party, and it goes towards a good cause. So definitely check it out.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Let's go. I wanted to say thank you, Frances Brown. Thank you. She got the 7 chakra moon with the sterling silver.
Patreon member.
Yeah, so thank you.
Awesome.
I like shouting out everybody. Thank you, because it's a very small business and we put so much work into it, and so thank you for supporting it.
Even when we're not live, she goes around shouting people's names out when they buy something.
Actually, I do. I feel like he's trying to make a joke.
Fran Brown just bought something.
I'll look at my mom and be like, Mom! And we get so excited every time. We're like, Mom, we did it. So it's probably really irritating. Okay, this is the question one, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to describe what this one is while I put
Sure.
the questions?
So what we're going to do is ask each other some questions that we've made up to each other.
Found online.
Or each other does not know what the questions are ahead of time. We have to sometimes be creative. If you have any questions you want to jump in on, we'll both answer them. So feel free to do that. We have the magical Erin backstage, who is going to put a little star next to your questions to help us out so we don't lose them. And that's how it works.
Okay. And if you guys want to answer these questions yourselves and give your opinions, we love that. So definitely blow up the chat with like your questions and opinions and things. All right. So am I going first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if I've asked these ones last week because, or the last show, because I've written a bunch. People talk a lot about getting like attachments, right? Okay. It's all over the internet. Everybody, Yeah. So do you think it's as common as we hear about?
No.
All right. What do you think makes people that get these attachments more susceptible to it than anybody else?
Well, I think most people that believe they have an attachment don't have an attachment, and I don't think most of them are lying or trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes. I think that they truly think that there's spirit attached to them. In reality, there's not. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of different things that would be happening if you had some sort of spirit attachment or anything like that. It's rare. It's rare that you have something like that, for one. So statistically, I mean, we're talking statistics in a field that's not even scientific, which is odd in itself. But it seems improbable that as many people that claim that have attachments would have attachments, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. And I will say this, so this is probably a hot take, but you know what? What are you going to do? Get mad at what I say? I think there are some that definitely promote the fear side of things in the field. And I think that also does not help with people that genuinely are terrified and believe that they have attachments when I don't believe they do. I think it's extremely rare. And I think the fear side of things being promoted more than the actual research side of things, like that entertainment side, can be harmful in a way, to an extent. In some ways it can be harmful.
Yeah.
By promoting that mindset.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So
I agree. Yeah, I mean, and not all spirit attachments are bad either. That's another big misconception as well. Do you think if you truly believe that you have an attachment, you can create yourself?
So that brings up like the what is it, the Philip experiment?
A Philip experiment where you create your own,
where you can
ghost.
create your own
Yeah.
ghost. Like you can create your own experience.
So what the Philip experiment, and you can Google this and look it up. What they did is this group of people came together and they made up this whole life story of someone that didn't exist. And they died and had this whole story, and they would meet regularly and tell the story, and then do like EVP sessions. Ask Philip if he's here. Philip, did you work at this place? And just create this whole persona that didn't exist. And then they started getting responses from Philip because they created him, right? So your energy, we're always been big believers in, putting your thoughts and whatever you want into the universe to hope that it returns back to you. So I absolutely believe you can manifest things if you keep thinking about it. Not even intentionally. If it's always on your mind that, geez, I'm scared I'm going to get a spirit attachment. I'm scared I'm going to get a spirit attachment. Then you start seeing signs that, wait a minute, maybe I do have a spirit attachment. When in reality, you're just getting the impression that you do.
With our method, because I know that also comes into play here. It's been very rare that we have communicated with a spirit that we believe is like actually, attached to someone. And it's very rare that we've ever communicated with anything negative in any way. Mostly just negative people. I will say that everybody does have people watching over them or spirits watching over them. Would that be considered an attachment?
Yeah.
But like a positive one?
Yes.
So maybe
not
it is
everybody,
as common.
Not everybody has people watching over them that were nice either.
I think the negative attachments are a lot less common.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm making us go on like this whole thing. All right,
okay.
Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Do you believe everyone can be a psychic or a sensitive?
Ooh.
Or do you think it's something you have to already have the ability for?
All right. So psychic and sensitive, I think, are different things. And you agree with that.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people who have tried to debate me on the internet, which it's not very successful, claim that Cody and I claim to be psychics, and we're not. We can't tell you the future.
Psychics predict things.
Yeah, we don't have any predictions for you. Sensitive, I don't even know what we consider ourselves, because we can't really do anything outside of when we're doing our method together, more than the average person. So I would have, if you asked me years ago if I thought everybody could be, I would say no, absolutely not. To an extent, I still feel like you have to have something, or at least be open to receiving something, which is very rare. So I think that's a really important part of it. I do think that there's a lot of people that can do things they don't realize they can do yet. And the reason I'm saying that is because I didn't think I could do anything. Cody didn't think he could do anything. Cody, before all this, Cody was part of a spiritualist paranormal team in the beginning that really opened him up to experiences, especially with noises and things like that. Mm-hmm. But he was also very technological based. So he was more documenting with equipment than communication. So we didn't think we could do anything until we really worked on it together.
So here's my opinion. I believe everyone is born with some sort of intuition. It's at different levels.
Yeah. And the way
you're brought up can either close or open that more.
I think the different levels is what I was trying to get at. You just said what I was thinking. I think everybody has a different level and a different kind.
Because
I think
someone that says, let's say someone's out there, and there may be people listening that follow this exactly. You don't think you're sensitive, but when you're sitting in your house, you know that your cell phone's about to ring. Like you can sense somebody's going to call you, and then the phone rings. Or Ken used to say this all the time, like you walk into a bar, a restaurant or a bar, and you feel like the air is just wrong, like it's just heavy, and then you find out that a fight broke out 10 minutes before you walked in, or and you're feeling that residual energy.
Intuition wise, there have been times I've like walked in the room and I haven't even said anything, and my mom's looked at me and be like, "What's wrong? What happened?" Like she just knows something, and I haven't even, so
yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it's like singing. If you have a voice, you could sing. But that doesn't mean you can sing well.
I think that's a really good way of putting it, because I've met people, and I'm very skeptical of mediums. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm open always. I'm just more skeptical. So I've talked to some mediums where they've been like strangely accurate about things to the point where I'm like, okay, what's up? Like, how do you know all that? And then I've talked to some mediums where it hasn't touched much at all. Like there's been maybe a couple things that were accurate, but that's it. So I think there's different levels, and I'm not saying that everybody's faking it, but I think there are some people where I'm like, I just don't think you are. Maybe you need to work on it a little bit more. So I don't know.
Yeah. I think everyone has something. Everyone has something.
But I think it's different levels. I think you said that really well.
All right. So you want to answer some from the chat, or
sure.
you want? All right.
No, yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So the first one here: do you still work at the Conjuring House? Unfortunately, we don't. We miss it a lot. It's been a little over a year since we haven't worked there, and there's a whole bunch of drama that I'm sure you can find online as the reason why, but we miss it.
And it had nothing to do with our method or anything like that. There were completely unrelated reasons that led to all of us original staff leaving the house. If you search it up, you'll find it, like Cody said. If I talk about it too much, I'll start to cry. So maybe one day we'll do a video where we just kind of sit down and talk a lot about our experiences and stories and stuff. If you guys want to hear that.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun stories.
We do.
Cool experiences that we haven't really talked about much, so we'll see.
I miss them a lot.
All right, let's see. Sydney, what is the most funniest moment from Cody?
Like dealing with Cody? Okay. Oh my gosh. There's so many. Remember those? Okay, so Cody does this thing where he wants to make sure I'm paying attention to him. Okay. And to make sure I'm paying attention to him, sometimes he'll just say really random things to see if I'm paying attention. And there's this one area in Massachusetts where supposedly there's a tunnel. Okay. And there's different theories about why there's this tunnel. All right. And it's at like the bottom of a lake. So the first one, Cody, we passed by it, and Cody was telling me about the tunnel. He's like, some people say it's this Revolutionary War tunnel. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then the next time he passes, he says, oh, there's the tunnel. And he tells a story. And I didn't process it, but he was like, this is where these people used to like take things and lead them through the tunnel to move supplies. And he was like, obviously, but I wasn't paying attention because I don't listen to him. So I'm like, okay. And then by the third time, Cody's telling me this wild story about children that used to run around in this tunnel under the lake. And I finally look at him. I'm like, didn't you say that it was a Revolutionary War tunnel? And he just busts out laughing. So sometimes he does this thing to make sure I'm listening. And that was funny because you just looked at me and you were like, no, yeah, I've been totally saying the most random things to see if you were listening to me, and you haven't been listening to me.
Yeah.
So that was really funny.
The praying mantis, my mom said.
Oh my God. Hi. Love you so much. Thank you for bringing this up. Love you. Miss you. So Cody was outside one day, and Cody's mom is like a Disney princess. Like must be where Cody gets his like weird like connection to animals. Sandy, she literally has this way with all animals, and like Snow White. So she has this praying mantis outside, and it loved her. Like it would just spend time with her, and she had a name for it, and I can't remember its name. And so Cody was like, aw, so Cody wanted to meet the praying mantis. I started taking photos of the praying mantis with Cody
because it was on my hand.
Because he's like, and he's with it, and all of a sudden it took flight off of his hand and grabbed onto his lip.
It bit me on the lip.
And Cody started going.
Just hanging off me.
And Cody started going, ooh, and started flailing. And all I see is a praying mantis going like this. And then it went, boom.
I didn't want to kill it.
And I don't know what happened to it after that.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. And I only have the picture from like 0.2 seconds before it jumped and latched onto his face. Oh my gosh. Oh, we went off on this whole thing.
Well, we're answering the question.
One day I'm gonna post the photo with no context, and it's just gonna be Cody with a praying mantis. It was hilarious. All
right, let's go to the next one. All right, what's your favorite classic scary movie? Original John Carpenter Halloween.
I guess if we're going classic, yeah.
That 1978?
That would be mine too. Definitely.
It's one of my favorites.
If I just had to say favorite horror movie in general, very inaccurate to the real story, but I do like the original Conjuring movie. Can't talk tonight. But
uh-oh, this one's going to stir some stuff up. Hopefully none of the objects in here is. What is your favorite haunted object in the museum?
I know which one yours is.
What?
Jolene.
Yeah.
And Liza.
Yeah.
Because they like you and they don't like me. Liza hates me. Hey,
you have to like one of them, I would think.
I like Bill.
Oh yeah, Bill,
so we
have
a toy clown. He's like a little wooden clown, and we talked to him with our method. His name is Bill. And
he has like a little string you pull on the bottom, and his hands and legs go up in the air.
He doesn't like possess the item. He's not stuck there, but he checks in, and Bill's awesome. Yeah. I love Bill. So we have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some stuff like that. I like the toe tag. I think he's pretty cool.
Yeah, that came from a local person in Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool.
I can't think right. We have hundreds, so I'd have to like really sit down and be like, okay, which one?
As far as stories go, I love the ones like we told tonight, like Crisis App, like the Rosary Beads, the flashlight, the witch whistle. The ones that have the letters that go along with it are really cool.
I love the witch whistle. I love the
monkey's paw. I mean, that's a good one too. So yeah, all different ones.
Yeah,
that are in our book. A lot of them are in our book.
I laughed too hard now. I'm thinking of the praying mantis again.
Here's one from Carrie. This one's an interesting one too. Have you guys ever crossed over a spirit?
We've told spirits that they can move on if they want to. If they haven't, we told spirits. Sorry, Mom. We told spirits that they could come with us if they want to because of the situations they were in.
She can't be mad at you because your dad asked that first. There's like
we've never
video
had anything
proof of
bad.
That.
I don't know if we can cross over spirits, and that's kind of a hot take of mine too. I know there's some people that claim they can. I don't know if I 100% believe in that. I also feel like it's up to the spirit if they want to. I don't think you can cross over a spirit unless they want to. I think crossing over a spirit is different than like exorcising and getting rid of a negative entity. I think that's different.
Yeah.
I think crossing over in a positive sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people out there that, claim to, they're able to cross spirits over. And some of them charge a fee to do it, which I absolutely don't agree with. I don't agree.
And that's just us. We're not hating on anybody. That's just us.
I think we've been in situations where spirit has sometimes been confused and maybe don't know how they got where they are. And we've just told them, we've had a conversation with them and then they've seemed a lot better about it. I don't know if that would be considered crossing over or not, because 99% of our interactions are spirit that is visiting.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've never said, I'm stuck. Can you please help me?
There were some that were lost and needed help to figure out where they needed to go. Like if they were at the wrong place or they were stuck in one area of a place, we'd be like, well, come with us. We'll show you where you want to go is. Like actual locations.
Because it's sad when you think about, places like these, hospitals that have children's spirits and stuff. Like, it's sad to think that a child is stuck inside of a hospital, but
I think it's more lost.
I think, I don't know if they're like stuck, like they're in a box and can't get out.
This is where we talk to everybody about it, because we're like, what are your theories on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
pretend to know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe we have. I'll say that. We've had conversations to try leading spirit in the right direction, you know what I mean? Or explaining what's going on, but I don't think we've crossed anybody over. That was kind of a long answer for which
I know you guys ask these questions that get us into such deep thought because we don't know everything about what we do. So
oh, is that
oh my gosh, we're almost at the end of the show.
Oh, that's all right. I like these. If you go to eBay, you see a lot of dolls being sold saying that they're vessels and tell their stories for that spirit. How can you tell if they're actually real vessels or spirits or just a doll? All right. So first of all,
don't get us in trouble with anybody.
I'll speak from
your opinion.
Someone that we're close to's experience. So Sharon had just made a post about this a few weeks ago. So there's somebody on eBay who's selling dolls that came from famous haunted locations. From the Conjuring House, from Rolling Hills, from the Axe Murder House, from all these different places.
Probably the same person that came up with this whole story about a cross from the Conjuring House that was used in certain whatevers, and that never happened.
They're having AI write these spirit stories and then putting them with a doll they probably got at the thrift store or something, and then throwing it up online for like $100 or whatever, and then they sell because people unfortunately fall into that. Now, what I'm thinking is, if someone has a haunted doll, right, and this goes for haunted houses and stuff like that, if someone has a haunted doll and it's haunted, why are you trying to sell it?
Well, there's some people that are looking to have that kind of thing, and they're willing to spend money to have something that's haunted.
Okay. All right. Which
do we agree with? No, it's not our cup of tea. But there are some people that do, that really want to spend money.
We're friends with the Donna, who owns the Creeper Gallery, and she has some haunted things that are for sale. But, she has history that backs up, like actual history you can look up and see this belonged to this person in the 1800s, and you have a series of history. I think
some people are mediums that say they picked up on stuff too with some of the items.
I think a lot of the stuff on eBay is people trying to make money, if I'm being honest. And there may be some legit people on eBay, maybe, but I think most of the people selling haunted dolls on eBay is just a doll they bought at a thrift store or something, made up a story, and trying to make a quick buck. So the question is, how do you tell if they're actually real vessels with spirit or just a doll?
You'd have to quarantine it and observe and see if anything even happens with the item, I suppose.
You would. You would have to quarantine it and then do an investigation. But even then, we found that when we move objects from houses to our museum, the activity stops sometimes completely. Sometimes it delays. It has this acclimation period where it takes a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, couple years even. So, yeah, I mean, there's really no way to know. With us, it's a little easier because people are contacting us. They're not trying to get us to buy their items, or we don't buy items. And that shows validity to what's going on with the client because they're scared. They want to get rid of this thing. They're not going to try making a buck off. They want to get rid of it.
There have been a couple things we bought, but not because they were claimed to be haunted. There have been they're historical
stuff. Yeah.
So that people believe there are hauntings surrounding. So it's to teach you guys about those locations and those situations.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. All right. I know there's more questions. We have to move on to the next segment, and then we'll try to answer a couple more before the end of the show. All right, this one's all Satori. Here we go.
Thank you to everybody who's checking out my Shopify, my website, handmadebyhaws.com. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's amazing. You guys are blowing my mind right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So this is a bit different. So if you want to get a card pull, we're going to have it randomly chosen. Cody and I do not choose. If it doesn't happen for you this time, it will happen next show or the show after that. We do these every show. Okay. And we also do them on bonus shows sometimes. So it's not our usual cards tonight. We do have the same advice cards. Cody's going to do Cody's advice card. And I brought animal cards. So
see you soon.
Oh, see you soon. I'm going to pull a spirit animal and read to you the card the information on the card this time. All right. So let's see what animals people get.
Aaron's going to pick someone randomly. If you type me in the comments, if you haven't been here before, type me in the comments. And there we go. We got one.
All right. Let's see what we get. Cody, do you want to choose this one? All right. You got the dragon. All right. The dragon. So it says, the dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire. You're being asked to practice self-control and be cautious moving forward so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. So that might mean there's going to be some opportunities, and what you're passionate about and your strong will might make you make decisions. Definitely think, definitely take some time to reflect before going all in.
And the card I got here for you is determination. Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to a positive outcome. So if you're trying to do something, don't give up on it. That's basically what this card is saying.
Your mom just sent me this. Hi. She said Lillian. And it's a praying mantis.
Is that a new one?
I don't know.
Must be a new one.
Your mom is so. I love your mom. Look at. Oh no, the green screen. You can see her. She's kind of brown, but she's green in the photo. Adorable.
Cool. All right, we can do another one real quick. If you want, Aaron.
All right.
Liz.
Here, you choose.
There you go.
All right. The elephant. If you are feeling angry about any issues, past, present, or if you will be feeling angry about an issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You're being asked to forgive and be gentle with others moving forward. So there might be some sort of obstacle you hit where you kind of have to be like, all right, let's see what I can get through this without, being too angry about it.
And the card I got for Liz here is potential. You are by nature infinitively creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart desires. That's written pretty cool. So what this telling me is, Liz, if you have something you've been wanting to do and maybe have been afraid to try it out, or someone's been holding you back from doing it, just do it. You only live once here in this realm. Get out there and do it, and don't give up. And it's going to work out because this card said so.
Oh, okay.
All right. And just disclosure, I am not a card reader. I do not read any. I just read the card and tell you what I think. So I'm no card reader. Or maybe I am a card reader because I read the card.
All right.
All right. All right. Let's answer. We'll go over back to the questions because we have a bunch of them. Here's one from John. Is it possible to feel someone even though you know that they are not there? Feel a spirit in the room? Like you can definitely feel when I know that you can definitely feel when a spirit enters a room for sure.
I think that's definitely like an intuition and sensitivity, unless he's, claiming like he actually felt something when nobody was in the room.
Yeah, that's possible too. Yeah.
Which I still think, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have been waiting to open my third eye. I've been wanting to open my third eye. I just wonder if a typical person can do that. Well, Andrea does that.
I think it's possible to become more in tune. Aaron might be able to give a lot of good insight to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, we definitely don't know how to do that.
Cody is the least spiritual person when it comes to this stuff that I have ever met, which is hilarious.
Yeah, hold on, Angela. Ready? I'm going to do it.
He's not doing it. I'm so sorry. Watch her be like, actually, I'm coming, like, I'm feeling something. And then we're like, oh my God, Cody can do that too.
All right. Have either of you seen a full-bodied apparition?
Yes.
Twice. I've
Cody's
seen one 2
more
times.
than me.
2 times over probably 600 or 700 investigations. I've seen 2.
I saw one at Ohio State Reformatory. So definitely check out the attic of Ohio State Reformatory if you ever go.
Yeah. And then both of the ones I saw looked as solid as you or I while I was seeing them.
Mine looked like a shadow, but it was in a dark room.
And thankfully, both times I saw mine, there was video of me and having the experience and nobody on camera, nobody else on camera. So it was pretty cool. All right, we need to jump to the last segment, and then if there's a couple minutes after, we'll try to answer the rest of these questions here. Okay. All right, ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
So this segment, we have these little panels here that have these words on them. And what we do is we take some of the questions you guys have emailed, as well as some of the things we have found online that were fun, and we ask them and see who's most least likely to in those scenarios. And if you guys want to join in, say if you're willing to do this or not, let us know, or you have any questions, let us know. All right, so who is least likely to run when something growls at them in the dark? Who's least likely?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Who's most likely to flirt with a ghost? Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3.
No,
I think it would be you.
Why?
Because I wouldn't do that. I'm just very nice. I think there have been times where you've talked to spirits and like the female, we've literally come into contact with a female spirit and they wouldn't talk to me. And then you've been like, I hope you're having a good night tonight. And they're like, oh, okay, hi, how are you? And they start talking to you. And I'm just like,
That's just me being
okay,
nice.
I'm chopped liver. I don't have any.
That's just me being nice.
See, thank you. Thank you. He's that kind of attitude. Like he's just very, I don't know.
All
right. Who's least likely to make it through a solo investigation?
Least likely to make. Okay, go.
I'm not gonna argue that one. Why would it be me though? I feel like
if there's any type of bug,
that's not true.
Bathroom issue.
Okay, no if there's a bat, you're gonna hit the floor and be crawling
bathroom.
out of the. I know, but a bat, you're gonna be crawling out of the venue.
I'm not gonna go out. I'll just go to another room.
Okay.
I won't crawl out.
Who's most likely to hear a disembodied voice and talk back casually?
Okay.
That is not true.
I say
you had a conversation with somebody that wasn't there.
But I didn't know they weren't there.
But they weren't. See? So you just talk back casually.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll give it to myself then.
Who's least likely to notice a ghost right in front of them?
Okay.
That is not true.
Why wouldn't I notice a ghost?
You had a conversation with 2 people that were not there.
You're right. All right. Do one more and then we'll answer the questions.
Who's most likely to get into an argument with someone? Okay, maybe if their skepticism is becoming like just being a jerk.
What was the whole question?
It said like a mean skeptic. Like that's like what they got at, but they used more colorful words. So okay.
That was easy.
Okay.
That was easy. All right. All right, let's see here. Rose, any stories with the Ouija board recently picked up?
Not as of yet.
Not yet.
It's in quarantine, so we'll keep you updated if anything does happen.
Yep. Good question.
I'll have to give you guys the story about that soon.
Mary Beth, have you ever encountered a spirit who didn't know they were dead?
Yes.
At the Conjuring House.
At the Conjuring House, a spirit came in one day and said, "What are you doing in my house?" And we'd never talked to this guy before. I think his last name was Butterworth. And we said, "You're dead." And he's like, "No, you must be dead." I'm like, "No." And apparently all he remembered was walking outside to go see his horses. And that's all he remembered.
Must have had a heart attack or
maybe
something.
A time slip or something too. I don't know. But he thought we were the ghosts.
That was one of the first and only times I can recall. That one sticks out.
I haven't really told that story to anybody. We should tell them that whole story one day.
Well, it'll have to be another video.
Yeah.
Very random question, but have the spirits in the Conjuring House ever seen the Conjuring movies? Anyone set up a TV? So
they've heard them.
We used to do movie events at the Conjuring House, inside the Conjuring House, and in the lower field.
But spirits have told us that they can't see screens.
But that's not a screen. That's being projected. That's light.
So is a projection going to help them see it more than a screen?
That's not an LCD. It's projected light.
Okay, so fun fact, every spirit we've talked to cannot see what's on our phones and on our equipment screens. So I don't know why. But maybe
they definitely heard it. They've been in the same room while hearing it. And but we've never gotten any commentary about it. We never really asked about it either, though. Do you have an Aztec death whistle? Yes, we do. Those things are creepy.
It's terrifying.
The gaming hyena. What is the most touching or saddest thing that has happened when you were doing your method?
We have talked to spirits that had really their last communication with the person that was living in the room was not good. And all they wanted to do was apologize for how things ended. And that's all I can give on that. But I will say that they had a really tragic passing, and it was just kind of like that person you got to watch that person heal, talking to them and really working through that last situation they went through before they passed away. That was very private. And there was a lot of emotions in that room.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely been some sad ones for sure. A lot of sad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Brothers, would you guys ever want to visit the UK? Absolutely.
100%. Is that an invitation?
Yeah, it better be.
Send us a message.
Better be. We're looking for someone to
I want to go to the UK so bad.
We would totally go there, but we don't know what to do once we get off the plane. Like, where the heck do we go?
And we need the museum open too.
Yeah.
First.
All right. And last question I have starred here for tonight, because we're a couple minutes over, which is okay. What is the scariest moment in y'all's career?
Oh, I love the good y'all.
That felt weird saying that.
I've seen things move aggressively when I've told a spirit that they can't bully anymore. I've seen things like I saw a couch move and things like that. That was pretty intense because you're like, okay, you're not just causing trouble in your plane of existence. You're interacting with ours, and you're able to move some heavy stuff. That was kind of like, whoa, that was intense. We did talk to a spirit at the Conjuring House, and no matter how much a certain person will tell you that there was nothing negative at the house, there was. Was it to the extent of it was there all the time? No, but we did talk to some pretty sketchy things at the house, and that made me uneasy.
Scariest thing I've ever seen, I was about 17. It was with the first group I was with, and it was a very complex investigation, private investigation. It involved the church, and I watched a guy's eyes, the white of his eyes completely disappear, and it looked like somebody poured ink in both of his eyes. He started talking in Latin. It was very creepy.
Actually, there's an audio recording of
There's video of it too, yeah. I just, don't show it because
it's intense.
It's intense, and there's no reason to show it. So if you guys visit, we would host you guys in class. Absolutely. We'll have to talk. We'll talk. But yeah. That's the scariest thing that I've seen. So so thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you doing? Please hit the subscribe button down below. And especially if you enjoy the live streams. If you don't enjoy the live streams, we also upload videos usually every other Tuesday now. So please like and subscribe this video. It helps us out. And we appreciate you guys watching the stuff too. So
because it helps us get closer to opening our museum.
Opening the museum.
So thank you.
So we appreciate it. So what we're going to do now is less than 15 minutes, about 10 minutes now. We're going to start up our Patreon bonus show. Again, you can join for as little as $3 a month. The link is scrolling across the bottom there of the screen, patreon.com/hauntedmuseum. And you can watch the bonus show. You can also watch all the other, some of the vlogs that we upload on Tuesdays have bonus videos that go along with them that are also on Patreon. So you can watch that stuff. Every time we do a live show, we usually do a bonus show afterwards. So you can check that out. And then if you give $5, then we send you a postcard every month in the mail. So that's also another fun thing that we do. So all the information and links and stuff is also in the description below this video. So we appreciate everyone checking out tonight's live stream.
Yep, and now we have to go investigate an object on our bonus show.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to check out, see if there's anything with this flashlight. So, all right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Bye.